Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. This is part 3, probably not really necessary, but I'm trying to help somebody. I did send a couple of people the file because I said I would, and I'm more than happy to do too. They wanted to know how they can incorporate this S into here and change it. So they said the S to the right, so I'm going to use this one. I'm going to left click, right click, but I'm going to go to object and convert it to a curve because it's a text and you can't do anything with the text. You can't weld it or cut it. So we need to get rid of this stuff. So that's one reason I decided to make the video. We're going to take the 3-point curve line, and all I'm going to do is just block the, I'm not worried about the curve in it right now, just a little bit. All we're going to do is block off that stuff so we can take the Smart Fill tool and look what we did. Now we have a new chair that we can do anything we want to with it. I'm not particularly excited about that anyway. So now the people that asked will get both of these. We're going to rotate this 90 degrees. And then we're going to make it smaller. We're going to kind of put it in there, and maybe we're going to stretch it out just a little bit. All right, we cannot have that open, sharp area there, regardless of which way you put it. So we need to do something with this. So my suggestion would be able to take a 3-point curve line and go from that node like to that node, put a little bit of curve on it. And by doing this, now we can take this and fill it in, and we can nudge it up. And now we could take, well, we're not going to take that away. We're going to do this. We're going to delete that and see if that would have been a text, it wouldn't have worked. Now I'm going to go ahead and fix this while we're here. Well, I got it too close to there. Let me move this over. I got over the line there. So we're going to make this a shape, and I'm going to nudge it up and over, and I'm going to left click, right click in red, and I'm going to get rid of this kind of bump right there. I can do it two ways. I can grab my shape tool and just delete it and delete it. That looks pretty good. Now, because we've nudged and not moved anything, we can take this and we can go to well, first of all, I need to left click, right click, go to effects and contour. I'm going to contour the inside 0.05. And so see, now I have a completely different shape. Instead of breaking it apart, I'm just going to fill in the contour, and I'm going to move it over here. Whoop. You know what? I must have, it doesn't really matter. But if I would have done it normally, it would have been up there. I'm going to put it down more to the middle to give us a good break. And then I'm going to left click, right click, and I can take the Smart Fill tool and fill this in. And look at that shape. That's going to be our new side handle. Might be a little bit big, so we can squish it down. And I'm going to left click, right click. This is pretty easy. And then just set it on your chair about where you want it. We want some of that characteristic of that shape right there. So we could actually take this and just move that down because I want to keep that. Matter of fact, what we can do is take the shape tool and just grab this node and bring it down, bring this shape down, and see, that'll be a little bit of an opening right there. Matter of fact, we could probably bring that up a little bit, bring that up a little bit. I want that item in there. Also, I need to straighten this out before I do anything, so I'm going to delete it. That made it look a lot better. Then just take your virtual segment delete key and delete through there, but leave this and delete through there. Now look what's going to happen when we use the Smart Fill tool. You've got a completely different chair. Pretty good idea of the person using the letter S. I kind of wish I would have thought about that. Now, it's a little bit maybe too tall up on the armrest. I mean, if you were making it like a real, so we could take all these nodes and just kind of lower them. But see, we're getting too close to that. But we can change that very easily. probably want that at a even with that, so we could bring this down, kind of give it a flow. And then I don't know why there's so many double nodes, but get rid of some nodes and make a little bit of more of a curve to it. I'm going to delete some nodes. You know, nodes in this case doesn't really matter what you do in laser engraving, anything, as long as you don't change it too much. That might have changed a little bit, so we're going to put it back. Then after you make all your nodes or all your changes, see, just when you delete a node, you get a better better flow. Let's delete this node now and see what happens. There you go. Now let's see when we put in the Smart Fill tool. You know, this looks a little funny here, so let's fix that real quick. Maybe you can delete some of these nodes. I'm a big fan of deleting nodes and figuring out later what you did wrong. That looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but you could bring that in. Anyway, Smart Fill. Fill that in. Complete different look. I like it. Anyway, I hope that answered their question, and thank you for watching.